Hello and welcome guys to my very first mod, and I bet you're here to learn how to build an awesome roller coaster like the one you can see right now. If yes, stay tuned. If not, stay tuned as well. So at first I'll show you all the recipes you need. For sure you need tracks. They are made like this. You need 2 gold nuggets, 2 gears, a normal minecart rail and 1 redstone to get 2 straight tracks. And the gears are made like this with 4 iron ingots in this shape, and you get 8 gears from it. So now that we have the tracks, we need another important tool, which is named the multi-tool. This is this. And this tool is made like that with 4 iron ingots in the shape of a wrench, and you get a multi-tool. Also important are the trains, and a normal train in the gray coloring is made like this with a normal minecart and a redstone anywhere in this. To get a normal train again from the color trains, you can also put a color train in the crafting table and get the normal train back. This brings us to the color trains, which are made with a dye. So for example, the blue train is made with a lapis lazuli dye and or a light blue dye. The red one with rose red, and the green one with cactus green or lime dye. So now that we have everything, we can start building. So we're just putting the tracks down on the ground like this, and as you can see, they have question marks on top of them. This means that they're not checked, and checked means if everything is built correctly. So to do this, you actually have the multi-tool in hand, and you right click the multi-tool everywhere in the sky or on the ground. So you right click it and you get this choice here where you have for wrenches the tester and a key, and then you click on the tester and get the tester in your hand. And when you then right click on the track, the question marks disappear, and in the end we have one attention mark. This means that here is a problem, so that means that here's no track behind it, and it's not going on right here. So before you ride your roller coaster, you every time have to do this so you every time have to check your ride. But before you can ride your roller coaster, you also need a start track. This is made by choosing the mode wrench, the green one, and right clicking a straight track like this. If you right click it once, you get a powered rail. If you right click it twice, a brake. 3 times gives you a powered and a brake track. This speeds the train up if it's too slow and breaks it down if it's too fast. And 4 times gives us a starting block, which shows its direction by these arrows. Trains can only be placed on start blocks, so if you're trying to place it on one of these or any other block, it won't work. So I can place it on the start block, but as you can see, it's not going forward. This is because the start block needs a high redstone signal to start the train. So if I pull the trigger, the train starts and goes forward. And if I now want to remove the train, it sometimes happens that you destroy the track under it too. So I made a way to lock these tracks so that they cannot be destroyed. For this, you go to your choice again and choose the key. If you right click on any block, then it gets locked, as you can see in the chat. And if I now check from the lock track every other track, every one of them gets locked. So this is a good way to spread some information all over the tracks. This can also be done with the coloring, as you can see with these tracks. So for example, I can make the start red by right clicking it with goes red, and then I check it and every other track gets red too. This can also be done with blue, with the lapis lazuli, and the green one. To make the tracks gray again, you just remove them, but first you have to unlock, and then you can destroy them and place a new one, make it a start again if you want, and then check everything with the gray one and everything gets gray again. So, well, we don't only have these straight tracks, we also have other ones. So to get the choice of tracks, you press Control, point at any block, and right click. Then you get this big choice of tracks we have. For example, we have this 45-degree track, which is equal to the one you know from minecarts, and you can go up on them. These 45-degree tracks also have the option to put a powering on them, as well as the straight tracks, as you know. So you can right click them once and you get the powering, and you can also adjust the speed these powering tracks aim to by choosing the fine-tuning one, right click on the powered rails, and as you can see, the speed changes in the chat, which is shown in blocks per minute and blocks per second. If you press Control and then right click, the speed gets smaller, and if you only right click, it gets higher. This can also be done with these horizontal tracks, or these 45-degree tracks. Now I want to change the direction of my coaster. So I go in the choice menu again and choose the crossway track, like this. And then I place it behind it. And as you can see, it's not aligned correctly with these tracks, so I need to change this alignment. This am I doing by going to the tool menu again and choosing the red alignment wrench. And then I right click on the rail and I can turn it in 4 alignments. For this moment I will choose this one to go in this direction. And then if I want to go on with straight tracks again, I choose them and place them. And as with this one, it's not aligned correctly, so I right click them with the alignment wrench again, and they're turned. And if I now check the track, you can see everything is done correctly and the end of the track is here. Some special tracks are these 22.5-degree tracks, which we have 2 from. So if you want to build them, you have to build the left one here, turn it in the right direction, and because it's not on top of the track after this, you need to take the next one with the _2 behind the track and place it behind that, turn it correctly, and then you can go on with straight tracks one level over this. This is a lot smoother than doing it with the 45-degree track, which would look like this. So it can smooth these things out and make it look a little better. Like this. And these have some other specials too, because they have 8 alignments. I'll show you now when I build this. So I'll choose the first one again, and I'll place it behind this 45-degree track, 1 left and 1 up, and then I turn it not only 4 times, but 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, 8 times. And as you can see, it's not 22.5 degree, it's over the 45 degree and in the middle of 90 degrees. So then I take the second one, which I'll do every time, which I need to do every time, and turn it in the same direction as this one. And as you can see, we have a smooth movement from level 0 to 90 if I'll choose this horizontal 90 degree track here and turn it correctly. So we have a smooth transition from 0 to 90 degree tracks like this, and I'll check it shortly. So we have a movement to this. After that we have the overhead tracks, also in the variation of 22.5 degree and 45 degree. So after this 90 degree, I'll choose the 22.5 degree, point it here, and this has also 8 alignments, so I'll turn it a little bit until it's aligned correctly, and I'm going too fast, like this. That's time today. And after that we also need the _2 one and align it correctly. And then we have a transition from here to this level, and after the 22.5 we need the 45 degree overhead, align it correctly. And then similar to this one, we also have this overhead. When we are choosing the 22.5 overhead, place it in the right position, turn it correctly, take the second one, turn it correctly, and then we have also the straight track overhead, which is right here. And so we have actually built a half of a looping right now. I hope you understand that, and I think we'll do the second half yourself, but at first I need to show you that we need a cross-rate track overhead behind this, like this, which is also similar to this, and another one right here, align it correctly, and then a straight track overhead, turn it correctly, and then you can just do this on this side, and you have a complete loop. And I hope you understand those tracks at all. So we also have some special tracks, like these 45 degree tilted tracks, and a crossway track which is also tilted, and we have a transition to these tilted tracks, and you can find them down here, the transition here, the normal degree tilted track here, and the turn or crossway track right here. And you build them like this. You place a straight track followed by a transition, which also has 8 alignments, just like the 22.5 degree track, because it can go in every direction. And we also have this track in another alignment, like you can see right here. If I now choose the tilted track like this, align it correctly, we have 2 opposing tilted tracks like this. But for now I'll choose the one I've already built like this, and after this tilted track you can choose the crossway track, align correctly, another normal tilted track, and after that